This is part 2 of the Valentine's Day love episode. Okay, if you missed part 1 or you have not seen part 1,
you can celebrate Valentine's Day 2 days in a row.
Just do you, you know.
I'll take a Ruth Chris dinner 2 nights
back
in a row.
to back. You know what I'm saying? Drake said, do it back to back. All right. But if you missed part 1, make sure you go back. Okay, we'll leave a link.
Very important.
Yes. Make sure you go back and listen to part 1 because it's very, very key. Okay. Again, my name is Ryan.
I'm Wesley.
Okay. Intentional Lifestyle Creators, and all the episodes can be found at theilcspot.com. So let's dig in to part number 2.
So real quick, in part 1, we just talked about how important it is to love on yourself and how you can start to really learn how to love yourself to be able to love other people better.
Yeah.
So that was 1. Okay.
So now
2.
you know how to love yourself. Okay.
Right.
So now that you know how to do that, you can really step in and play big in part 2, which is love other people. All right.
Isn't it like a commandment? Thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
Neighbor. Well, that's.
Duh. They're neighbors because their bedroom's right beside ours.
Anyways. Okay, so how do you wanna?
You know I want to kick this one off with.
You kick it off, babe. Do the damn thing.
I think I'm gonna give Bob Heilig a shout out for this one.
All right. What up, Bob?
Yeah, shout out Bob Heilig. When Bob was speaking on stage one time, we saw him, and he was like, you know why you love your parents no matter what? And he's like, it's because they loved you first. And I know that there's going to be some people out there like, oh, my parents don't love me, and I don't love my parents, whatever. Okay? There is an unconditional love that I don't care what your parents have done to you. I don't care what you've done to them. They love you unconditionally. Yeah. And that brings up the point of part 2 is you've got to love people unconditionally because they were made by God and they're human beings, and that's how we should love. And we got to love people first. If you want people, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
If you want people to love your post, not just like them, you know. If you want people to love your stuff, they listen to you, they show up when you talk. Are you loving them first? Like, ask yourself that. Do you love on people hard? You know, Angel Fletcher. You know, when we first met her, she was like, I just love on people.
Angel shout out too.
Double shout out, Rami. So I just feel like when you can start giving love unconditionally, before you expect it. You know, most people are like, no, you got to do something for me first before I give you love. And we're going to sit here and tell you right now, the most successful people that are walking this planet do the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, think about it. Like, people are so quick to hate somebody or not like somebody. And, like, people they don't even know, right? They'll just be like, ugh, I don't like the way they dress. I don't like the way they walk. I don't like their accent. And they just like immediately don't like them or even hate them. And like, why don't we love people that same way?
Yeah.
Like, instead of being so quick to hate people, like, be so quick to just love people. Like, it's not going to hurt you. Promise.
It's not. It's not. I mean, I know the person that cuts you off in traffic, it's hard to send that person love.
I get it.
But that's the test. That's the test that we all go through.
Yeah.
When you can start sending love to the person that has done you wrong, when you can start sending just unconditional love to the person that, you know, has really just hurt you. There's a book that my mom gave us that I didn't read yet, but it's called Love Like You've Never Been Hurt.
My mom doesn't see this. There's a book my mom gave us that we threw in the corner and never read.
It's not in the corner. Ha! Joke's on you, because it's not in the corner. It's on the bookshelf. Where all
with the million other books.
Right, because I don't throw books in corners. I'm gonna read the book. I just have it. It's just there's a list of things. You know, it's just got there's a pecking order to the books that go in my head. Strategic book reading.
Awesome. You're messing up. I had something really good I was gonna say and I forgot.
Yeah, blame that on me. That's love. Anyway.
Dang it. Keep talking so I can remember.
Yeah. So, you know, one of the things that, you know, I kind of want to bounce back on part one, and we learned this from Christian Mickelson, is when you can send the love that you have, like, for your kids or for your dog or for your parents. Found it. That's the love that you need to send, like, your emotions. Like, when you find something that you get irritated with, you know, when you find something that really bugs you or, like, really just makes you mad or kind of pokes your bear, you know, you gotta take a second and like use love and send that stuff love. Because Wes, she does this thing called Instant Miracle, which you may want to check out. Head over to our ILCU page at ilcuniversity.com. All you just do is click on ILCU. Go check that out and get some more information on how Wes does this.
So what happens is we have these emotions, like you were saying, like somebody cuts you off or somebody hurts you or, you know, your parents did something to you and, you know, it hurts you. Like, it's hard, right? We get it. Like, it's really hard to love on somebody who's hurt you. And so you just bottle these emotions up and you carry it around forever and ever and ever. And it gets harder and harder and harder for you to actually love yourself and love on other people until you deal with that. So, like, one of the suggestions, if you're having a hard time loving other people, is really dig down deep and, like, all the shit that you have bottled up, you need to work on that.
Yeah.
And, like, you need to let it out.
Journal
because
it.
you're not going to ever, like, fully be loved if you're holding on to shit from the past.
Yeah.
So you need to, like, work on it however you do that. And you need to move on.
I would say journal is probably the best way. I mean, for me, like, I just think back about situations that happened the day before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, like, where can I be better? Like, where can I play a little bigger? Where can I play a little better? Like, today, this lady really honked the horn at me. And
it might have been me. Because I honked the horn at 2 people today.
I just felt like she was like laying into it like really hard, you know, and like I was like moving my foot to press the accelerator, and I'm like, chill out, like it's a millisecond of like me just moving my foot, you know what I mean? And I let her know that I did not appreciate that by giving her a thumbs up, but putting my thumb down, and then when I
nice,
put the,
babe. That's real nice. Christian thing to do.
Again, that's why we reflect and go back, and it's gonna go into the journal.
I pray a lot. So there's a lot of people, not a lot of people. There are some people that it is really hard for me to love, but I know that I need to love them. And so, like, I pray a lot. Like, I release all those emotions, and then I pray for God to help me love those people, forgive those people, and just like do what I need to do for them.
Yeah. And again, it's a practice thing.
Yeah.
You have to practice
Find
sending
what
love
works
to
for
people.
you. Try it all.
You know, I think one thing, especially for a lot of the, obviously most of you guys listening are entrepreneurs, right? And so I think one of the situations that can get really irritating, if someone approaches you the wrong way online, if someone approaches you, I know for me, when I would be like, oh man, like, someone may hit me up and they'd be like, hey man, buy this thing or do this thing or do this. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, chill out, right?
Yeah.
And that would irritate me. But when I started sending that person love, and I started like coming from a position of like, oh man, like, I'm just gonna love on this person because they don't know any better, or you know, they just, maybe they're in a position that, you know, I just don't know, and I stopped assuming so much that they should know how to do something, or they should know the protocol, or they should this, or guess what? Not only was I helping them, but it ended up helping us because our business, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, check yourself. So yeah, like a couple weeks ago, I had this lady reach out to me, and she's like, hey, me and my husband are launching this thing. It's once in a lifetime opportunity, blah, 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 right? Like, I'm like, immediately, I'm like, does she not know who I am?
Hold up.
But then I'm like, wait. Like, she she must not. And I like immediately changed my energy about it. And I was like, you know what? We're really focused on what we have going on, but I'm super excited for you and your husband. Good luck to you guys.
Love
I
on
hope all the best for you.
Yeah, how can I
like,
help?
And I wasn't saying it like
out your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I really meant it. Like, good luck. She's excited. They're excited. That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Good luck. But we're focused on what we have, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Jesus took the wheel in that for you. You were about to get the hoop earrings.
Takes the wheel
ironically,
ironically
enough, you have hoop earrings in right now too. It's like you almost.
Well, I have hoop earrings in like 85%.
And that's why I'm ready to throw down at 85% of the time of my life. I'm saying, don't catch me on the day I don't got hoops in.
Those can
It's
come out
probably
quick
either
too.
gonna be Christmas or.
They can come out quick too.
So just find. I mean, and I would say to end part 2. Go give love, even if like go seek places that you can like love on people. You know, go find a mentor or a team member or a colleague or someone, and just say something that is loving, even though it may not feel like it's the situation has like yielded it. You know what I mean? Like just come out of nowhere with it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw back in the serving with that, because there are so many people. So today I've been looking for different ways to serve in the community, because we moved to Greenville and trying to get used to it. Anyways, different story. So I've been looking for different ways to serve in the area, and I found a Christian-based, I guess like. They have like a homeless shelter for women, a homeless shelter for men. They have an addiction shelter for women, so they have all these different things, right? And so I went and met with the lady today, the coordinator, and she was just like, everyone here like is in love with everyone else here, because they really truly appreciate the help, and they love the volunteers and the people that want to truly help them. And when I was in there for an hour, kind of walking around, getting the tour and meeting the ladies there, and I felt nothing but love. So like seek opportunities like that, like seek serving opportunities, because there's people that want to give love and that need the love back, and like they appreciate you wanting to love on them, and like it's just, you'll just feel the love. Like it's
Go find places like that.
Yeah.
It definitely will help you out. Right?
Yeah.
So to wrap up, part 3 is a big one, and it's probably the most important one that comes to really exploding your business and putting all this stuff together, and it is forgiveness. I know you're like, damn it. They're gonna ask me to go forgive someone that I do not want to talk to, or I just really...
I ain't trying to hear all that.
Nope. Click off. Okay, did I gotta go? Did I get a kid somewhere? Hey, we gotta go through it too. All right, forgiveness. And one of my older mentors broke down forgiveness like this. If you look at the word, it's for giving, right? And if you're always giving, if you're always looking to just give, the law of reciprocity says that obviously when you give, it's going to come back to you. You don't have to, sit there and wait for it to come back. You just know it because it's law. And when you're for giving, you're the one that's actually benefiting of the giving. Mm-hmm. So forgiving isn't for the other person. And I feel like that's a lot of time we feel like, it's for them.
I'm not gonna do that. They don't deserve that.
It's not for them.
Not for them.
It's for you. And when you can change that little, belief about you going out and forgiving somebody, like, Sean Stevenson would always say, he always talked about if you really want to thrive in marriage, stop trying to be right. And that's big for me. Is like, you know what? Like, I don't have to be right. I don't have to.
Well, you're not ever right.
I know, and see, that's why I'm so happy. He's an
idiot.
I'm a happy idiot, and I'm alive. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, but I mean, what business went down in the past that you are holding a grudge on somebody for, or like where are you not taking responsibility? I think it's like this forgiveness responsibility dance of like, when you start forgiving people, and you start taking responsibility for everything, like,
yeah.
ooh, let the floodgates open. It's all coming to you, my friend.
Oh yeah, it's real.
Mm-hmm. So just think about it right now. Like, who needs forgiving? And it may not be like a huge thing. It just could be a you stepped on my shoe kind of thing. You know?
No, not who needs forgiving. Who do you need to forgive?
Yes, that's a much better way of wording that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to break down some forgiveness examples?
Well, so I was thinking when I did the whole thing with my mom and like the taking responsibility thing.
Yeah.
So like.
You're talking about Landmark?
Well, I wasn't gonna talk about Landmark, but I was talking about that situation. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
This video is brought to you by the Landmark.
Yes, if you haven't been to Landmark,
you should go.
Look up the Landmark Forum.
Yeah, you should just go.
It'll change your life. But anyways, we learned in there to really take full responsibility for everything. So me and my mom had a really rough relationship for a long time, and they kind of made me realize through the 3-day transformation that I'm sitting there blaming everything on her, like, oh, she didn't call me. I don't know why she didn't call me. She's my mom. She should call me. And they're like, well, is there something that maybe made her think you didn't want her to call you? And like, first reaction, like, no, I don't care. She's my mom, But like throughout the weekend, like it really made me take full responsibility for my part. Because she's a human being just like I'm a human being. She did her best just like I'm doing my best. And so when I ended up calling her and like apologizing for things that I might have done to hurt her, she apologized back, and like now we've had a really amazing relationship for the past few years since I took responsibility. Like she was growing up at the same time I was growing up. So we both messed up. But like I had it in my head like, well, she's my mom. She can't mess up. No, she's a human being just like I am. And so when I took responsibility for things that I might have made her feel and whatever, like it changed the whole relationship.
Yeah. And a lot of us, when you talk about that, a lot of us, we don't have power in our lives. You know what I mean? And as soon as you start using forgiveness in this way, you have the power. Like you hold on to all your power. And a lot of us are just going through life, we're going through business, we're going through the day-to-day stuff, giving away our power, just like, boom, boom, boom. And then by the end of the day, we've got nothing left, and we wonder why we're not, driving the numbers that we want to drive, or the making the impact that we actually want to make an impact as an entrepreneur. And we have to find ways to hold on to our power. And when we aren't forgiving people, we're losing our power.
Yeah, and when you don't take responsibility for things, you're losing your power. You can't, like, you're basically giving them the power, because you're like,
you have control. You're basically saying, you know what, this is not my fault.
You control my heart.
Yep.
Take it. You're gonna control my life and my dreams and everything.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, forgiveness is huge. And again, I'm gonna just throw it back on prayer, because that's what I do. Like, there are some people that it was really, really hard for me to forgive. I don't want to just like talk about my parents, but my real dad, I never met him, blah, blah, blah. And that was a thing for me. Like, why didn't he ever want to meet me? Blah, blah, blah. Right. And so I felt God was telling me, like, you need to pray for him. And I'm like, I'm not praying for him. Why would I pray for him? And so it took me a long time to forgive. And I prayed every night for a year at least. Like, God, help me get to a point where I can forgive him and actually pray like meaningful prayers for him. And I remember one night I'm laying in bed and I'm praying, and like I prayed for him and it flowed, and I actually meant it, and I actually forgave him in my heart. But it took a lot. Yeah. So it's not easy. No. It takes a lot of work especially if people have hurt you to the fullest. Yeah. But like, you need to get to that place.
So when you can start really praying in a way that you wish more for the people that have hurt you or wronged you, or maybe you consider them an enemy, when you can get to the place where like you pray more for them to receive blessings
yeah.
than over you, like, watch what's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Watch what's gonna come back. So.
Yeah, and again, like, just keep in mind, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. You're not going to be able to be like, oh, I pray for, you know, their business to be blessed and blah, blah, blah. And you're not going to mean it. Like, you're not going to mean it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But keep doing it and keep intentionally really wanting that for them and praying that for them. And, like, it'll come. And you'll get to the point where you're not their puppet anymore, and they don't control you or your heart anymore, and you can actually live your life free and love yourself and love other people the way you need to.
Hell yeah. So we just dropped some good ones. Hey, hopefully you got some major value from these couple episodes of ILC TV. All right, let us know in the comments or shoot us a message at ILC University on Instagram. All right, what was your favorite one? What was a breakthrough moment? What was maybe one that you had a lot of resistance from, you know? Because sometimes a message like this is it can be a little, you know, especially on a day like Valentine's Day, where, you know, it's kind of like, oh, I thought we were going to talk about love and, like,
It ain't all easy.
So definitely connect with us. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, or definitely hit us up on Instagram at ILC University. All right?
Yeah.
Both episodes.
I love.
All right. The episodes of this love special can be found at ilcuniversity.com/love and /love part 2, the number 2. All right. We're out of here. All right. We will catch you guys on the next episode of ILC TV, Kiki. Okay.
Do it so they can see. You don't even. There we go.
All right. So head over to the ILCspot.com. Make sure you subscribe to this show. If you have questions or anything that you want to ask us, feel free to hit us up on the gram, all right, at ILC University. And until next time, my friends, do not settle for a damn thing. Remember that life is a choice. Your lifestyle is a choice, and you're just one choice away, all right? We out.
Love y'all.
See you.